Hello, hello.
I think we are live. Hello, everyone. David, how are you? You are again without the title.
Without? Sorry?
Without the title. No title.
Yeah, true. I'm the man without a title.
Yeah, and
Totally true.
the good news again. Bart is not here today. Once again.
Yeah, extra
Yeah,
jokes, baby.
it's an absolute playground. Last time he saw the whole video again and he messaged me and like you said this, you said that, and you said that, and I was like, okay, then come next time. And this time because he's in flight right now, and he was
Yes.
like, I'll not be there, and I'm like, okay, great, I'll have your feedback later.
We have another opportunity there.
Absolutely, land of opportunities, ZIGChain, land of opportunities, protocol, blockchain of opportunities. So
Great.
how was your
So,
month?
pretty interesting. I think in the previous one we were already commenting regarding, summer is not again something empty or of things whenever you are talking about crypto. So yeah, pretty interesting. A lot of things happening. And on the personal side, I was in Ibiza. I was missing you guys a lot. Yeah, but a lot of friends, connections, dinners, and everything with a lot of great and amazing people here in the Iceland. So yeah, it was a really great month for me as well. What about you?
That's good. But so since you talked about missing us, do you regret not being in Bali?
Totally, totally.
I was so since you talked about it was great month. I think the highlight of the year was us being in Bali for the offsite and meeting everyone because for us it's like all of us work day in day out together, but once in a year we get to meet, and I think that changes everything. That brings so much perspective. We missed you, but I hope you regret it deep enough. Like you should regret for the rest of your life. You know.
Okay, got it.
Is
Absolutely,
it
absolutely.
my
I check
internet
it
or is it your
everything.
internet?
I told you. I think it's okay on my side, but I don't know. Maybe it's slow. Yeah, I think we have kind of lag, but it can be on my side. Let me
Okay,
check
cool.
just in case.
Yeah, I think it was lagging a little bit. I think now it's fine.
Okay, perfect. Let's see. If not, I will change the Wi-Fi or something. Maybe it was on your side. Okay, I will wait for you. Then, if without Tole here, sorry, I was just starting. How is your connection? Because I was going to say, if without Tole we have some park of things. If I'm alone, I have another portion of things to say.
Yeah, absolutely. No, no. You can assume that I'm not here.
Yeah. Okay.
Great. No, but I think continuing with the discussion around Bali, I think it was very interesting that we were planning our annual offsite because it's not really like a retreat or anything. Because to be very honest, in that 1 week, I think we did more work than generally we do in a month because there were like all of us together. There were team meetings, there were leadership meetings, there were a lot of stuff happening. And just before that, we had CoinFest Bali as well, which was a very interesting experience once again. Um, I was, honored to represent ZIGChain in one of the keynote speech about the RWA tokenization, and it was amazing to see that actually our community there came in, and they were very loud and proper, and it was so interesting that even the organizers were surprised that okay, what's up, what's happening, and then the best part was that after that we made a lot of connections, we met a lot of people, we had a great event in Bali. I think everyone saw the pictures and videos, we even had fireworks there. So once again, like, thank you to Momin and Deep, who really worked their ass off. They traveled all the way from different part of the world to host this event. It was a fantastic event, hundreds of people turned up, we made some great connections and all. And what happens is that most of the time it's just some of us who are traveling, doing interviews, showing our faces, like three, four of us every time. But this time it was like 40, 45 people from ZIGChain team and Signally team who were there. And I think this is very um, rare and phenomenal. It does not happen so often. In most protocols and blockchains, the teams are not just really there and all, but when people actually saw, and I think it increased the belief. And then they were many of our dApps, their founders were there as well. So it was fantastic. In fact, Oroswap, Nova Finance, Veldora, their founders, they stayed with us for the whole week. And they every day came, joined us at our working location. They worked alongside the team. They worked with the ecosystem partners. It was a fantastic experience. And, I think I wish that we can meet our all the teams more often, but reality is that we have people living all the way from China down to Argentina. People literally came from
Yeah.
Argentina to Bali. It's like a 40-hour travel, you know. And
Yeah.
so yeah, it was really fantastic.
So it's really great that, as you mentioned, that time not only the team, but even partners and people from the community were during the same
Yeah,
week and having this stay with the team, and this is great because, as you said, one thing is
absolutely.
the most known faces, but there is a really huge team behind it, which is
Yeah,
making this possible. And whenever they meet in person with all of them, I think this can be really, really a game changer. So
yeah, yeah,
I was not there, but I can imagine the kind of feeling that you mentioned.
yeah, absolutely. And I think this time I think we were more ready to even pass on the message internally. So there was something very interesting that every evening at 5 p.m., Ahmed and Arsalan would set up a culture stage. Everyone gather around and they would pick up a topic and talk about it. And that really helped. Like they were talking about deep trenches of Web3, that why, what matters. They like literally, and they used to invite someone like myself or someone to come and talk about things, and we really went into the deep dark secrets and the unspoken secrets of Web3, that how, what happens, what matters, really to incorporate everyone, like from the organization, to understand that um, why is it important that what we are doing, why community is important, why culture is important, and everything. Because you see, we have every kind of people. We have people from Web3, Web2, development, marketing, support, growth, and strategy, business development, every kind of people we have. So, it is very, very important that everyone is aligned. And I think, we are very lucky to have a team which is well culturally diversified, gender diversified, geographically diversified, language wise diversified, experience wise diversified, all rounder team. So I think we are very well positioned, basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I remember during that time that we having some internal meetings that during the week, but everything was moved because of that. Because they wanted themselves to be
Yeah,
attending to everything like you commented. Because it's a learning. They were having the experience regarding not only Web3 but everything
exactly.
that was explained there. So it's a plus.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I personally went on like a 1 week of digital detox that way, that I was trying to stay away from laptop and mobile phone and be more with the team. You don't get that time. So
I'm
like,
so proud.
during the day meetings, yeah, during the day meetings and evenings, and then even at late at night, we used to sit till like 3, 4 every day AM, in night, just talking about things, our perspective on the industry. It was a very, very, I would say, a good offsite. And yeah, I think everyone must have taken back a lot from there.
And how was this detox for you? I mean, Be very honest. Do you? So how is the
Uh,
percentage that you went going down on the use of the laptop, mobile, and everything?
pretty much. Like laptop was almost zero.
Wow.
Like I did not use laptop for 6 days. Yeah, I did not use laptop for 6 days. I mean, I used it for few things, but mostly my focus was on meeting people one to
Yeah.
one, right? Mobile phone I was using, but I was trying to be more on a um, need to
On the
work,
real world.
need to know basis kind of a thing. Yeah, it was purely real world, like as I said, we don't get time. Like I found couple of really hidden gems inside our teams, like people who have such high capability and high absorption rate we didn't know. We didn't know that they have that. And it got found in the conversations. We found new strategies, everything. So yeah, it was incredible.
Amazing. That's
Absolutely.
amazing.
I wish we can do more of it.
For sure. Maybe one day we can do even in Ibiza. It's another place, but places is another conversation.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, we will all be in Ibiza, and you will say, I need to be in Istanbul, and you will go to
No,
Istanbul.
no, 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 no. This will not happen.
Just kidding, just kidding. So let's move to the other things. I think one thing which happened is a Kraken listing. So starting today, Zig is listed on Kraken, and people keep asking about tier one listings and also and we always say timing matters. So we believe that with our mainnet coming, uh, people would be able to see more and more of listings. I think there are some tier two listings that also happened. I think Economy also listed us. And if I'm not mistaken, I think five or six listings are lined up of different degrees. And there are a couple of tier ones that we are working towards. But yeah, I mean, like listings, more than the listings, why we are being aggressive now is that we want chain integration so that all the projects and the tokens and the launches that are going to happen on our chain, we want them to have the liquidity avenues. So all the exchanges where Zig is listed, they're going to integrate our chain. Some of them have announced, some of them will announce. But basically, the idea is that once the blockchain opens and there are new projects, they should get the avenues for listings themselves.
I think this is a big plus. I'm just reading some messages from the community. They are so happy with that, and it makes sense
Yeah,
because,
yeah,
as you say, it's not just as a token listing. They will be happening, organically even.
yeah,
They will be happening. But the good thing is, as you say, this completion and enabling the blockchain whenever it happens will
yeah.
make bigger the ecosystem, and this is the big thing there. I totally agree with that.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Other than that, I think on the fundamental side, I think a few really important things happened. I think we publicly announced that the mainnet phase two is completed, and we got audited by Oak and another tier one audit firm on the infrastructure audit side as well. There's a very big step going towards the public mainnet, which I believe is in a touching distance now. Uh, I really want to say the date as well, but that's a
Yeah,
borderline.
yeah, yeah,
That's a
yeah.
red
Let's
line.
avoid that. Well,
But yeah,
it's always tricky
let's see.
the
Let's
dates.
see. It's always tricky that no, the date is. I think the date is there now already. I know the date. Yeah, I know the date, but not gonna say it. So, but I think it's in a touching distance. It's super 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 near. I was so excited about a few things I was doing today to see like how the DeFi looks like, and it makes me so excited that I just started typing the it on Twitter and I made a whole post which I just posted like an hour ago, and it makes me so proud, that um that okay, this guy has posted a question. I will answer this. um well, it makes me so proud that we actually have a DeFi ecosystem. There's so many blockchains out there with billions and billions in FDV, hundreds of millions in funding, been around for years, and they do not have a basic liquid staking in their ecosystem. And we inshallah going to go live on our public mainnet with like a powerful DeFi ecosystem with powerful doxed repeat founders. I think it's a moment of proud for the whole community, and I think impact will be seen. So yeah, that makes me super excited. And David, what is the first thing you're going to do on the public mainnet?
Well,
Answer
no,
carefully.
no. Yeah. This can be a tricky question.
It's a
Yeah,
tricky
it is.
question.
But there are several protocols that they are already there, that they have a lot of expectation. So I really want them to become part of the mainnet as well whenever we enable. Some of them are really, really interesting. I will use them for sure. I'm not so much a DeFi man, to be fully honest. I'm learning along the way. I'm bringing liquidity. I'm making different things. But DeFi is becoming really an increasing piece of your financial architecture, let's say, and it's becoming bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
I'm learning, to
yeah,
be fully honest. I'm learning,
yeah.
but I will explore.
But you know what's the first thing? First thing would be to bridge the token,
For
bridge your
sure. For
tokens.
okay.
Of
Okay. Now
course.
I got you.
See, I told you it's a trick question.
Okay. Got it. But other
Yeah.
than this,
So
exploring
we will
everything.
take some questions on. Yeah,
No,
sorry.
no. Yeah.
No, no. There's a lot of stuff to do. Absolutely. Um, we will keep taking questions from the side as well. When Bybit EU, so guys, Bybit EU, we have a chat. We are in discussion with them. So Bybit EU has a list of tokens that they're gonna transfer. We are in that list as well, but they have this limitation of 5 tokens per week. So we're not sure if we're gonna make it before the deadline. So it's better to put it in your wallets. I think it's or in some other exchange. And later date, if we whenever we comes on Bybit you can bring it back. I think safe side that is important. How do you handle the perspective that every token listed on Binance is only short selling and down 80%? We are not on Binance, so I mean like, and I don't short either. So I don't know. But I don't know, like, but I have a very clear perspective on Binance listings. I think Binance listing should be done at an appropriate time for any project. Binance listing is still the biggest thing that happens. I think a bit might be better, bigger, but Binance is, of course, the hub of liquidity, and many projects see it as a liquidity event instead of a price event. So users need to think it accordingly. And ultimately, when the cycle returns and the things start moving, then the projects on Binance attract the most liquidity. So you can never underestimate that.
But anyway,
Moving forward, there is something. Sorry, yeah, go
no,
ahead.
no. But anyway, maybe I'm not the right person to answer this. Shorting and everything. But always there is both sides of the story, right? So if the people want to short whenever this is an option, they can do it. They will be bullish people as well. I mean,
Yeah,
it's part of the risk they can do. No one can be, avoiding this for sure, but they will be the other side of the story as well.
hmm,
And it's tricky for them. So the people that want to be shorting and the people that say that really big companies doing this partnership with us, that they will be building and creating things for real, like what we are doing,
yeah,
it's tricky for them because they lose a lot of
yeah,
money as well making this short. So
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And as they say, no crying in the casino.
exactly.
Like, if you're there for gambling, then well, it is what it is. I think, yeah, that's true. I think one more important thing that happened in the last 1 month is our partnership with Valerium and DigiShares. It is very important to understand Valerium is a publicly listed company out of UK, and they have announced to build a RWA tokenization platform using DigiShare and integrate ZIGChain. This is a very big milestone, and I would take this opportunity to impress upon this once again that for us, RWA tokenization is not just a narrative, it is the way of life in a way that to get a sustainable, long term, reliable yield on chain, RWA tokenization is the key. This is something that we have been saying since 2018. RWA word was not there, but this is exactly what we've been talking about. We're trying to bring, this thing again and again. So we are going more in the traditional route now. In the coming days and months, you will guys will see more and more of such news where we either get some big license or get some massive fund working with us. And with the chain going live, you will see like, yeah, there is some big stuff happening, not only us directly, and but our partners like Zamanat, and there are a couple of others who are also building on our chain. They are doing some massive stuff. I've been invited by the Zamanat team to talk at Apex Invest event in Switzerland in third week of September, where I will be talking about the RWA tokenization. And Zamanat is running like a mega show there with Apex. So they are heavily investing in that event as well with Apex, and then they'll be doing the same in Abu Dhabi, and they want us ZIGChain to be present with them. They're really like taking a side alongside us. There's a very big platform that I cannot name them right now, but they're based out of Germany, fully regulated and compliant. They have $1.7 billion of pipeline
Wow.
around the natural commodities. They have the buy side, sell side. They are the BINFA, what's it called? BINFA, I think, the German regulator regulated, and they are coming on our chain, and expect them to come out very soon in publicly as well. So these things are happening, and it's very serious for us. Myself, then Ahmed, Arsalan, and then Mustafa, and all of us come from traditional finance background. So whenever it comes to the tradition, the tokenization, we immediately know how the money flows work, and we basically directly working on that. Also, we recently saw that the Zamanat guys, they have announced their board of directors. The first three people, one of them is Akib, who was the CEO of Cloudways before, then Dr. Imran Said, who is the professor at MIT Harvard, then Dr. Bhaskar, who is the chairman of board at Apex Middle East and India. I think these people coming in, they are becoming part of our ecosystem. This is
It's
fantastic.
huge.
And yeah, it's huge. And I think um, I think RWA, and I think our friend asked actually a very appropriate question right at the time, that RWA will cross DeFi and AI too. Absolutely. 100%. I think the RWA is the new phase into the DeFi, and it will improve the DeFi the way it is right now. Current DeFi is just yield over the yield and being extracted, money revolving here and there. RWA brings the outside yield in, and which makes it better. AI always going to play a role as a vertical, I think, in identifying the right assets, identifying the right user persona, identifying the right risk element, and then applying it. In fact, David, you might be able to talk about it, that you how much demand you see around the tokenized assets when we go into the B2B space.
So a lot, to be fully honest, because when we were talking with different teams that they want to build this marketplace for them and everything, they have this need of diversification and everything. And as you commented, DeFi and the real world asset, at least from my side, what I think is that it's having the best of both worlds. Because with DeFi, initially we were only having crypto, pure crypto, and then right now this accessibility and the easy of making things really fast without complexity and KYC sometimes and whatever is needed for making operations and taking profit right now is mixing, as you said, with real world assets, the real things that they are having real value out there, but having this easy way to manage, handle, compound, and creating strategies that they can be really, really interesting on DeFi, but having those real assets that you are sure that what is behind, basically. There are really good things on the crypto side for sure, but we know a lot that there are crap things as well. And this is
Yeah,
something that
absolutely.
is, is so difficult for many people out there. And whenever we are calling ourselves the way that anyone, anywhere can access to investment, taking profit, and everything, I think this is a way that somehow we can highlight this easiness to do the things and accessing some profit, etc., using the real world asset, but using DeFi as well. And there we
Yeah.
are helping with the blockchain. And regarding the demand from the B2B side, for sure. A lot of them, they want to be having the things that we are, not only the one that we are already having, the gold and things like that, but they want to access to some specific things, and they are, waiting and having some expectation for a few things that we already commented that they will
Yeah,
be coming in, and they want to have this in their marketplaces for sure.
absolutely, absolutely. Guys, keep throwing your question on the right side. There are a couple of topics that we're going to talk about, and then we will take your questions as well. Um, we talked about the mainnet as well, and uh, people keep asking, so mainnet, so what? What does it mean? Um, I I just want to talk about it a little bit. That what does it mean by having a mainnet? Why is it so important? Because for us, we could have launched our mainnet months ago, but it would have meant nothing because we wanted a complete or at least a solid DeFi ecosystem in place first. And that is why we went the hard route of cultivating an ecosystem where there are independent founders building strong, secure, audited products, amazing smart contracts that actually bring value to the end user. And it's just not like empty place where people are just fighting for rewards or playing on-chain games and stuff. So why we are excited? Simply speaking, it will be a full suite of DeFi and RWA ecosystem. you know from bridging your asset to having liquid staking and to putting like a switch STZig and a zig LP in Oroswap. Then you will be able to bridge in your bigger assets like Bitcoin, Solana, BNB, Ethereum, providing LP inside the dexes. You can borrow, lend at permapod. You can buy tokenized assets through Zamanat and Signally. There are some DeFi wrappers coming up for tokenized assets. You can take that. You can you can collateralize those assets as permapod. You can borrow against it, and then you can borrow Zig and have more yield against it. You can even have tokenized open AI shares, most likely in very near future. Open tokenized Tesla buying from Oroswap, and just put as a collateral on permapod, borrow more Zig, get more yield.
It's
All these things
endless,
are going to, it's endless
endless
opportunities we
opportunity.
have. Absolutely, and then Nava Finance is there for the Sharia compliant aggregated yield, and there are more and more things are coming. This is going to be amazing, and this is why I really like it. I think, what we, you know, uh, what we kind of envisioned for a very small community, it will be available for the whole world. So I think mainnet going live will mean a lot, and what would even in the future would mean more for Signally to then adopt to these changes and then transform from a product perspective to make it easier in a user interface perspective to have a Web 2 user enjoy all these things from Web 3 in a very easy way. There is a strategy which is running on Signally by the name of ZigVault. Keep an eye on that because that strategy is most likely going to yield the most out of the DeFi ecosystem on ZIGChain. It will most likely beat everyone because the way it is designed. So these things gonna be accessible through Signally as well. So this is going to be supremely excited.
Totally. And I will be personally including a lot of things from DeFi whenever this happens, as I told you, because
Yeah,
actually right now I'm doing these kind of things in other, just testing in other chains, and I will love to have there with the opportunities that I know that they will be having inside the same blockchain.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
think this will be really amazing.
You remember you were when was it? Back in early 2022 in Dubai, you, me, Bart, and Ehsan, we were having a walk at JBR near the Ferris wheel, and you were
Yes,
telling us about USTC, the
yes,
Luna one, and I was like, it's 17% algorithmic stable coin. Not sure.
yeah. I totally remember that. I totally remember. Okay, so great that it was not the case that it
Yeah.
was a trap.
No, no, absolutely. Like we were lucky at that time, in multiple angles. But anyways, that's a story for another day. There are two, three events happening where we would be. One is happening in Lausanne, as I mentioned, Apex Invest in September. There's another one happening in Zurich 2 days after that, so we'll be there. But most importantly, we'll be at Token 2049. We will be most likely co-hosting a couple of events. We are invited to speak at a lot of events, as well as the panels. Most likely, I'll be speaking at the main stage during Token 2049 as well. Finger crossed, not confirmed yet. And well, if all goes well, we might have something interesting coming out of Token as well. Just an alpha for everyone. Um, but this year, our focus on Token 2049 would be very different. We're not gonna put up like a big booth or something like that. This year, we are going with a sharp focus,
You mean for
and
Singapore, right?
for Singapore, yeah,
Yep.
in end of September, early October, end of September, early October. Our focus is going to be very kind of there in terms of understanding the traditional finance market of Asia and how to bring them on chain. We are already making a lot of inroads in that. We are going to work towards a lot of digital treasury company tokenization as well. And also we are targeting a lot of family offices now in terms of getting their traditional finance assets on the on chain as well. We will be accompanied by the founders from almost all the dApps. So we got, kind of gonna help them do their business with us supporting them. So the founder from Zamanat, from Oroswap, Veldora Finance, Permapod, Nava Finance, all gonna be there, and they would all be getting help from us. So I think this year is going to be very interesting, and so if any of you guys are around, would love to personally meet you as well.
And regarding what you were commenting regarding Switzerland and Zurich, etc., so the B2B team will be there, and we already started, making some activation or some connection from there to have the meeting. So yeah, we will be getting value from there as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's something interesting that we detected during the last months, that for any business, the partnership, whenever you can find a way that you can be valuable for another company, and whenever you combine together a value proposal, it can be great for both. And we detected that there are a lot of companies that they are somehow selling the service, that they are managing strategies and different ways to be managing the money, creating profit for customers, and they are selling this to third-party people. And some of them, they are family offices, but some of them, they want to be building a marketplace. So we are already working with a few. There are several deals that we are right now working on, but it's interesting because at the same time that we are helping them, they will be able to be distributing and selling their services in a better way, which is really
Yeah,
amazing. Those
yeah,
kind of
absolutely.
partnerships for B2B, I think it's something that we will be exploring further, and I'm prioritizing, because I think that we have a huge thing there as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think it's a whole end-to-end thing, and we need to start seeing B2B more from a single technological standpoint to more like a end-to-end cycle, a sales cycle, right? That what are the opportunities and what are the demands, and I think this is how we will actually create a distribution channel, which is the most important thing. Everyone talks about tokenization, no one talks about the distribution, and I think this is where we have created a niche which few people realize, but more will realize very soon. Um, I think there are few questions. Let's pick them. How important the RWA Sharia compliance in the DeFi world? See, um, Sharia compliance is not something which is limited to Muslims. Basically, in my opinion, it is more about being ethical finance. I think Sharia compliance is super important for the regions that we are initially targeting. For example, Middle East, and that's what we are working toward. But ZIGChain is agnostic. There are players that are already building on ZIGChain in the RWA space, which is not Sharia compliant, and it's totally fine because there is demand for everything Sharia compliant and also Sharia compliant. Do you consider the fact that crypto space RWA will go? So I think we answered it already. Is it possible to provide enough liquidity in RWA compared to DeFi? Yes, absolutely. I think it's 100% possible to give liquidity in RWAs. We need to start thinking RWAs more from an exposure perspective instead of the holding perspective. Is it important to hold the tokenized Tesla, or is it important to have the exposure to Tesla? I think the second one is more important, right? And once you have that, then your DeFi wrapper, which is your token, is as good as your crypto asset. And actually, the I think the liquidity can be deeper. Like if you ask me, if I am a liquidity provider and if I'm a market maker, I would gladly put more money in those real world assets wrappers in the DeFi ecosystem, because then I can do a lot of arbitrage. I can do a lot of, like, because you know how people in crypto are, right? I mean, like, if let's say if Bitcoin goes down 10%, they're gonna start smashing Tesla all the way down 30%. And me as a market maker would gladly buy it from one place and sell it to the other place and create money there. Basically, I think if smart people are out there, which I think there are, there is even better liquidity in
I was just
for the
thinking that whenever you were
yeah.
reading this, I was just thinking that because, as you say, is I think it's called market inefficiencies, right? Whenever in
Absolutely.
DeFi you have something that you know the
Yeah.
value because you have the stock, and then it can be not exactly the same price, but you know that this is fully anchored to this stock price. So there is a lot of
Absolutely.
opportunities there. It's not so much regarding the liquidity, but I agree, it's more on the value on that, and you are
Yeah.
on. So you are inside the market, let's say, and you
Yeah.
have the opportunity.
No, no,
So yeah,
absolutely. I agree with you. Did you guys invest in new dApps lately? Yes, we have invested in new dApps and new companies, and you will hear about them very soon. Um, your point of view in government scope of using ZIGChain in RW and finance? Well, I think we should all expansion is a journey. We are literally looking to start. Our first focus should be to get running DeFi and RWFI system and get like the first billion or $2 billion of TVA in very quick time, inshallah. That is the first focus. Then would government be using our blockchain? I think that's something in the future. We would love to have that, but you need to show them something. You need to show them that you're capable to handle 10 billion, $20 billion of assets. Then they can trust you, because these are long sales cycles. So yes, but not immediately. When
yeah,
RW Marketplace on
agree.
ZIGChain gotta be adding tokenized Burj Khalifa in my cart? Well, technically, you can buy some of the tokenized assets on Signally already. Zamanat apparently is going to have its own tokenized marketplace, so that's gonna come. And I think once the mainnet is live and more tokenized assets start coming, you will see more of them being coming in Signally as well. But what I'm more excited about is that there are a couple of more than couple of DeFi players that are creating DeFi wrappers around these tokenized assets for them to be conveniently and accessibility wise available for everyone. Those are coming, and not far away. Well, so if someone tokenizes Burj Khalifa, then why not? But I think there are cooler things than Burj Khalifa. Stop thinking real estate when it comes to no real world asset. Real estate as a percentage in RW is less than 1%. 60% is private credit. So think accordingly.
But
Um,
anyways, if
yeah,
I'm not wrong, and you can correct me because you are the Dubai man, but part of it is apartment where people is living, and then there are offices. So I don't
yeah,
see this like as an investment thing. I don't know. Maybe it's just because of the name, because it's pretty famous,
yeah.
but I don't see like a tokenization example. There
Yeah, no, I
are.
mean, like it can happen. Like people who own the apartments, they can tokenize it and they
Yeah,
can get the liquidity passed from the rental yield, but not so fancy. Like honestly, the yield is what, 6%. So
yeah,
not so great.
exactly.
Will ZIGChain be the biggest RW chain in the crypto space after this bull run? Why not? You make it the biggest, it will become the biggest. Is TVL distributed across various dApps in the role of them in liquidity? Again, like it will be depending on where you put your Zcoin. Like we are not going to be distributing TVL. We are not going to be putting TVL. It will be you, the users, who gonna bring in your tokens, who gonna bring in your stable and put TVL. We as users will also do that, because who does not like yield, right? We will all do that. But point is that it's up to you guys. What do you do? Also, you mentioned about the private credit. Can you elaborate on the opportunity about this? Should we elaborate on the opportunity about this? Okay, so we talked about it before as well. Private credit means that there's a lot of small and medium-sized companies who are generally looking for working capital, but they are not qualified enough to, they're not qualified enough to get bank loans at the right rate. But when you collect a lot of these entities in a single bucket, and when you offer this to the lenders as a single credit, then it becomes more kind of, the risk appetite becomes better, and the yield is also better. Like we're talking about 13 to 15%. This is what we call private credit.
because it's diversified,
Now,
right?
yeah, it's diversified. Not asking price, but FDV aspect of ZIG after midnight. FDV divided by total supply is equal to price. Very smart. Nice try. When does it go live? I cannot tell you. Follow our socials for that. Okay, cool. I think we have had enough questions as well. Pretty much covered everything. Is there any topic that you think we have not covered?
No, I think we covered the most important things and almost all the questions. So I think we are covered.
Okay, amazing, guys. We will lose another event. Amsterdam is in my heart. Amsterdam is in my heart. I can never forget what Amsterdam did to us. I got the shock of my life in Amsterdam. Okay, when it was like this, I'll tell you this story. So Stasher was hosting this event, right, in Amsterdam, like, after 4 p.m. it's like chilled scene. Like every third person is smoking something. So we just reached the venue, and Ahmad and myself, and we had the Veldora's founder and Orosov founder, and Munir was also there, one of our community member. We were there. We went inside. We went, upstairs. We were sitting there. Suddenly, a guy came running. Guys, you have to see what happened. We went out and see. Fuck, man, the street was blocked. There were like 1,000 people. An hour before the gate opens, they blocked the streets, and we were like, shit, man. And it was crazy. It was like, I don't know that the videos and the pictures do the justice, but I have never seen anything like that. And man, it was, my heart now lives in Amsterdam. A piece of my heart lives in Amsterdam.
You guys were like rock stars at that moment. Something like that.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. Your perspective as founder, after every corner, Zig went down 95% in previous cycle. Does that mean that we died? We did not die. We became even more powerful. What would happen in the future? What happens with the token? It goes up, down, this, that. All is distraction. We have survived 8 years into this business, 4.5 years of token, and inshallah, we are here forever. This is going to be a forever blockchain. So really, we need to start coming out of this mindset that, oh, price goes up here this today and down this today. Which token has not gone down 90%? Bitcoin has gone down 90%. Solana, Ethereum, BNB, every single gold. We went down 95%. We went 19 cents till what? Half a cent. That's like more than 95%. We went down that much. But well, here we are.
Let me,
You know,
it's more your side, but let me explain, and then you please correct me whatever I say that is wrong. But I will explain in a different way. From someone who usually I missed those opportunities. But let's see that you can invest. Let's see that you can go back in time, and you can invest in Solana when they were 10 cents, or in BNB whenever they were 10 cents. For sure, a lot of
yeah,
bull runs, and then the market went in the other side, and the bear market made that the prices going down. But if you have the opportunity to buy those kind of tokens at 10 cents, you can
yeah,
imagine, right? You have pure gold there. And we have in matters of the token or the coin, we are pretty early in the journey. Our market cap is not so high. We have a lot of run still. So I mean, when I read this, I really asking myself if these people is understanding what we have right now in our hands.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. No, no, I agree with you. I think um, I think the thing is that price is something which is sensitive and it is important. It is important for a blockchain as well. Understand this. An expensive blockchain is very important for the industry, for very important for us, because if a blockchain is not expensive, why would any founder come and build on us, right? And if the good founders are not building on us, then the blockchain is of no use. Technologically, it's nothing, right? So it's important, but that's not the only thing that you work after. So yeah, I mean, that's true. This guy user thoughts he gave us tough times, and then he ended up saying that we should work in Bollywood and handsome and intelligent. He's smart. He asked tough questions. Will ZIGChain be available worldwide? Whether blockchains are permissionless, borderless, geographyless. Play as you want. World is your canvas.
Exactly.
Uh,
Actually,
some-
now this come to my mind. Some time ago in this session, you were commenting that coming back to the first years that we were commenting, regarding our mission, that we wanted to do and everything, and we didn't change our mind, and this is fully
yeah.
true. At that time, those, the real world asset tokenization and everything like that, it was not something that already happened, but it's
Mhm.
true that is fully aligned from the beginning with the same mission, because
100%.
we never say we will be only going to be investing on crypto or making easy to be investing in crypto. No, it was to create yield, profit, and create wealth wherever you are, whatever your level of knowledge and everything. Real world asset enter perfectly there. So we are keeping with the same mission from the beginning. So
Absolutely.
and this is something like it's pretty, worldwide, blah blah blah. Whatever is going into the blockchain, etc., is available everywhere. So even when the
Yeah,
government
absolutely.
try to be blocking this, is kind of putting, stopping the sea to be, to be there. So
Yeah.
it's almost impossible to be stopping this.
Yeah, absolutely. But great, guys, amazing. Thank you very much once again. You were a great audience today. A lot of questions came. I'm not sure if we were able to answer all of them, but we tried our best, and we also tried to, make sure that Bart comes back to us and say why you said this, why you said that, and we always love that. And we will try next month as well, but next month, most likely next month I'm gonna miss it. I'll be in Singapore, so I'll leave it to you and Bart next month, or maybe I can do the live one from Singapore next month. Interesting.
Maybe this can be
Yeah.
something really amazing. This can be something really
Yeah.
amazing. Let's
I will
talk
do
about
a
that.
live something. I will do a live something. I'm just thinking out loud that maybe on after the second day of token, on 2nd September, I can put like a camera there and just sit in front with Emma, then Yusuf and Usman, and maybe Momin and Bilal would be there as well. So maybe we can sit, we can talk about the whole thing. Maybe good idea, right?
Something like that can be really amazing, and I think that a lot of people will be wanting to be participating on that. So yeah, I
Amazing.
see it. I
I'm,
see it.
I'm taking a note of it, and we're gonna do it.
Yeah,
That's it.
let's make this happening. So thanks a lot to everyone. Interesting question, interesting, session as well. So yeah, see you in the next one. Thank you.
See you guys. Thank you. Take care. Allah Hafiz. Bye bye.